Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's Main Event. Drop kick now.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to Tom Clark's Main Event. Tom Clark back here with you. As always, this is episode number 417. And if I sound like I'm half asleep, well, it's probably because I am. So it's early on a Saturday morning. We are just over 24 hours from AEW Double or Nothing 2026. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. We're also going to hit on some NJPW Best of the Super Juniors action. And don't know if you guys are keeping up with that or not, but if you're not, you're missing a great little tournament. It's been really entertaining so far. Let's dive right into to Double or Nothing here, kids. This is a major AEW event. If you follow pro wrestling, if you follow AEW, then you know what I'm talking about. You probably are excited for this one. There's some big matches on deck for this. So we're going to talk about it here today and see what we think. What's your predictions? I'll give you mine and see if we jive. How about that? I want to cut straight to the chase and talk about the World Heavyweight Championship. Darby Allin versus MJF. Darby's had, I want to say it's 9 world title defenses. It's insane. This guy has been, the way they're booking him, I mean, he's a star. Can we just admit to that? All right, 7 title defenses in 29 days. What do you think about that, man? Isn't that crazy? Darby's a star. I said that on previous episodes. I've said it many times. I said it when he won the championship. And I love that he has the belt. I'm here for it. I've enjoyed his title run. I've had thoughts about, this concept that anybody can win the world championship. I do believe that devalues it to a certain degree. I don't say that because Darby has it. I think Darby earned it. I know Darby earned it. Okay. And again, as much as the word earn means to you here, Darby's done way more than enough to be world champion. So I'm not saying him directly. I'm saying, if the company starts pushing this notion that anybody can win on any given night, in my opinion, that devalues the world title. But we've already been down that road. Don't want to go down it again. I think he and MJF have a nice little feud here. Max's hair is on the line if he doesn't win. They're really playing that up. And Max has a nice head full of hair now, thanks to surgery, which he's not shied away from. They've included that in the storyline. And speaking as a man in his early 50s, I still have almost all of my hair. That's pretty. I'm pretty darn happy about that. I've got friends who started going bald at like 35, 40, so I'm not. I can't complain. Let's just put it that way. But I feel his pain, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm really much looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be a really, really good match. It's going to be entertaining. Do I think MJF's going to win? I do. I believe MJF's getting that belt back because I think what we're going to see is we're going to see MJF. We're going to see Will Ospreay this fall in Wembley. So that's how I feel. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I think that's what we're heading toward. And look, let's just be honest. Darby has really never looked better. He's doing everything it takes to be world champion. He's defending the belt the way they're booking him. It's always been Darby's hanging on by a thread. You know what I mean? Like his body's put together with duct tape and popsicle sticks, like Mick Foley's was. We'll get to Mick Foley here in a bit. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it all plays out. I don't know what they're gonna do that will be different than what they've already done. I'm hoping for some different stuff in this match. I think you leave it up to these guys and let them go in there and do their thing. And we'll, again, it's a matter of, how's it going to play out? Do you know what I mean? Is Darby going to get a straight pin? Is there going to be some shenanigans? I don't know, man. But as I said before, I do believe we're going to get to MJF defending the championship and losing it to Will Ospreay August 30th at AEW All In. But again, we'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see what you think, but I am picking MJF to win here, as I'm sure a lot of people are. And that's not a statement against Darby in the slightest at all. I think Darby's title run is going to go down as one of the best. And I'm serious about that. the guy made it clear from day one that it's going to be 15 minutes and then he'll lose that belt. So, they kind of laid out expectations for you. So, yeah, looking forward to that, of course. Main event of the night. Should be. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. So, let's go back into the top of the card here, kids. We got Divine Dominion, Megan Bain, and Lena Cross versus Zeta Steel and Viva Van. This is a 5-minute tag team eliminator match. If Steel and Van last the 5 minutes, they win a future AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship shot. I'm not crazy about this. A 5-minute tag team eliminator match. I'm not crazy about this. I'm always advocating for the women to have more on the card. So as a result of that, this doesn't thrill me too much. I don't know what to say about this. There's not a lot I can say. What can you do in 5 minutes? I mean, you could do something big in 5 minutes, and leave a lasting impact. I mean, that is entirely possible. But again, I'd like to see the women get more. I think Zeta, by the way, Zeta Steel, do not sleep on Zeta Steel. I thoroughly enjoy this girl. I'm not kidding. She's fun, man. She's entertaining. And yeah, I mean, all 4 of these ladies are gonna do their thing. Best of luck to them. I kind of hope this 5-minute thing morphs into something longer, but we'll see how it goes. Boom and Doom. This is Big Boom AJ, of course, and QT Marshall, and the conglomeration, Mark Briscoe, Orange, and Roddy, with Big Justice versus Shane Taylor Promotions, STP. Shane Taylor, Anthony Agogo, Captain Sean Dean, Carly Bravo, and Lee Moriarty. 10-man tag team match. This will be entertaining as well. Dude, they just pull these Boom and Doom guys off the shelf whenever they want to and use them. I don't even know how heavily this thing's been promoted on TV or on socials. I'm sure it's on socials, but I haven't really seen it on TV. I got thoughts about that. Doesn't really matter what I think. They're going to do what they're going to do. Do you know what I mean? All due respect to the Boom and Doom crew, the Big Boom crew. I just, it's not really for me. I understand why they're there. I've had people plead their case to me, talking about how they're good for the company and they kind of elevates the profile and raises awareness, and they've got a social media following, and I think that's great. But as an old school pro wrestling fan, I often look around and say, who else is not getting booked tonight? But these guys are. I know that sounds a certain kind of way. I totally get it. It's how I feel. You know what I mean? But again, I have no ill will or any disrespect toward those guys. The match will be what it is. At the very least, you've got, Briscoe and Orange in there, and Roddy, of course. I mean, this thing, and STP's great. STP's a very, very solid faction. So, yeah, if nothing else, it'll be an entertaining tag team match. How about that? We've got the Death Riders, Claudio, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Utah versus the Ops, Anthony Bowens, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata in a trios match. Again, this will be an entertaining match. Anthony Bowens has been with the Ops for, all of 90 seconds. So we haven't really seen what he looks like yet. We've got sort of a taste of it. I think Anthony Bowens is one of the best athletes in the company, and I think he's one of the best, like a naturally gifted kind of guy. Very entertaining with the Acclaim, of course, but we know those days have come and gone. It is what it is with Max Caster. But I'm pulling for Anthony Bowens, man. I'm always on that guy's side. I think he looks phenomenal. He's got a great body. He's got a great attitude. From what I understand, he's got a great work ethic. I think it shows in the ring. He's constantly improving and getting better. And good for him, man. I hope this thing, being next to Joe, is not going to hurt his profile at all. So I hope this bodes well for him moving forward in his career. But yeah, again, this will be another entertaining tag team match. By the way, I do think that Divine Dominion's winning their match. And I do think, of course, that Boom and Doom, the conglomeration, will win theirs. In terms of this one, I think the Ops need to win. I don't know if they're going to get it, but I think they need it. You can pin Utah. You can pin Garcia. You don't have to pin Claudio. You know what I mean? By the way, Death Riders. Jeez. What a faction, man. What a faction. Great stuff, man. And again, there's been moments, you guys know, you listen to the show, right? There's been moments in the past when I've really, really been critical of Death Riders. We all remember, Mox had the belt, and it was one of those things where it was like, I don't know where this is going. I'm not sure why. We're still going down this path. Is this guy ever going to lose this belt? What is happening? And then he lost it. And then after that, he's tapping out all the time. And it's like, what is going on? And then we all just assumed they were going to turn on him. I mean, I did. I made that pretty clear. But it never happened, right? And then now they've weathered the storm and they've evened out. It's kind of done a 180. It's come back around. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good with it now. It's a great faction. In Mox, we trust. This whole thing with Osprey, we'll get to that here in a minute. But this whole thing with Osprey, I'm just, I had doubts, but in Mox, we trust, man. He's proved me wrong before, so I'm not going to doubt the guy at this point, honestly. FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, of course, with Stokely versus Cage and Cope. It's a tag team I quit match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. If Cage and Cope lose, they must retire as a tag team. This could go either way. I know that sounds wonky, but AEW, my apologies. AEW's done weirder stuff, but I do think Cage and Cope are going to walk away your new tag team champions. I don't think they want to retire these guys as a tag team. I think there's too much money to be made. Don't know why they don't just keep pulling the trigger with these guys. I don't know if, personal lives or if the dates they've signed for aren't that many. They don't want to wrestle that much. I totally get it. Men get older and their bodies, aren't what they used to be. But Cage and Cope continue to look great together. The tag team continue to look good together in the ring. So, yeah, I'm hoping for I think this match is going to be way better than maybe some people are going to give it a chance to be. But I also think maybe it's time for FTR to drop the belts, if I'm being honest. And it just makes sense for Cage and Cope. But let me just say this. After this is over, I want newer tag teams. I want younger tag teams in the mix. No disrespect to the veterans. We need veterans, okay? You need a mix of both, however. Okay? You need veterans. You need the middle-of-the-road guys who've been around 10 years or so, maybe a few less. Then you need your veterans, you need your newer guys who have been in 3 to 4 to 5 years. You need a nice ensemble cast. Pro wrestling is a variety show, as we've said many times in the past, kids. So it's important to have that mix. So that's what I want from my tag team division, as I want from every division, really. So, yeah. We're burning up this preview, by the way, kids. You guys can feel that, right? I don't want to take all day. And I've had no breakfast yet this morning. So, but you know what? Hopefully you're enjoying this. As always, please reach out on the socials. Let me know what you think. And please, of course, follow us on Boink Studios on YouTube. We appreciate you very much. Content since 2014. Nothing's behind a paywall. We got a brand new podcast I'm excited to tell you about here in a bit, so please stay tuned for that. And, of course, boinkstudios.com. Thanks, as always, for your support. I do greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let's also talk about Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, Jungle Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks versus the Demand, the Dawn Callis family, and the Dogs. Stadium Stampede. This is going to be effing epic. I don't know how this could be a miss. I just don't know how it could. Every Stadium Stampede that we've seen has been great. They keep the music playing through the whole match, and then they switch it up and play something else. It's just so good. I just can't. I'm so looking forward to this match, dude. If there's two matches I'm especially looking forward to, we'll get to the other one here in a second. But this one I'm looking forward to quite a bit. This is going to be massive, dude. I just can't. I can't wait for this. This is for me. This will probably be the highlight of the night, honestly. And all the guys in this match are going to bring everything they have to make it as fun and entertaining as they possibly can. There's probably going to be props set up all over the place. A lot of spots worked out ahead of time, as we're very familiar with. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. After this is over, I want Jericho to move on from the Demand. I want him to do other things and let the Demand do other things. But until then, let's get this big brouhaha out of the way. I believe the faces need to win this. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't have any idea. I think there's going to be one more match between Jericho and Ricochet, and Jericho's going to flat out pin him clean, and then that'll be the end of the feud. So it's possible they lose this. It's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. But I am picking Jericho and the guys to get this done. So yeah, again, going to be a highlight of the night. Another highlight of the night. And I think this one's going to steal the show. And it's going to be tough to do that with the Stadium Stampede, yeah? Going to be very tough to do that. Because the star power in Stadium Stampede is massive. The Bucks are in it. You know, the Elite are in it. Kenny Omega is in it. Did I mention his name earlier? I think I let him off. Jesus. It's early. Cut me some slack. The star power in that. Like the Don Callis families, Mark Davis and Andrade. Clark Connors and David Finlay. Come on, guys. Maybe I should take it back and say this next match won't be the highlight of the night. Maybe it won't steal the show. Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita. Brother, these two guys are going to put on a clinic. This is for AEW International Championship. I believe Takeshi is going to win. I felt like I'm picking all the baby faces. Have I picked all the baby faces so far? I have. Well, you already know I'm going to be probably about 50% wrong so far. Oh, my. But, yeah, man. It doesn't really matter who wins this. I feel like Takeshita should win, but it's okay if he doesn't. They're going to put on a banger. This is going to be great. And I don't know if it's the kind of match that's going to spawn sequels or not. I don't know. I don't know that it will need to. I think once you watch this match, once we all watch this match, it's going to become, yeah, I'll never forget that match. Now let's see what else these guys will do. Maybe I'll be dead wrong and this is going to be like the best of 3, maybe even best of 7. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like maybe there'll be 6 more matches after this. But part of me is just kind of saying, I don't know if you do more than this, but we'll just have to wait and see. But look, despite what the future is, I'm very much wanting to see how this all looks, how this all works out. I don't want outside shenanigans. I don't want Don Callis family. I don't think there can be with the International Championship, right? Some of these belts have that stip on it where there can be no outside interference. By the way, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Outside interference is just a plot device. It's just a means to an end. Because you're trying to get a guy to keep his shine, and so you find different ways to do it. And outside interference is a quick, easy way to do it. But I don't want it. I want this to be in the ring. I want it to be mano a mano, as the kids say. So, man, Okada and Takeshita are going to kill it. They're going to tear it up. They're going to burn it down. They're going to do everything, all the metaphors and analogies I could possibly think of. They're going to do to destroy. They're going to blow the roof off the joint. It's going to be great. I'm telling you. I can't overhype this enough. I cannot overhype this enough. You guys believe me, right? And Tom, we trust. Hey, man, I'm just saying. Mox is not the only guy that can have that. We've got the 4-way match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla defending against Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. I think Tekla is going to keep this belt. Hikaru Shida is eventually going to take Chris Statlander's head clean off her shoulders. But I love Jamie Hayter. This is going to be a fun match. All 4 ladies are going to bring it. And again, very much looking forward to this one. This is going to be a fun match to watch. Tekla's title reign, you know, I like her with the other girls. I love Sky Blue. And, you know, I don't know. I made the comment a couple episodes back. I think I said this. Maybe I was just talking online with somebody else. Tekla's not great on the mic, okay? It doesn't mean she can't cut a promo. But, buddy, the longer she talks, the more apparent it is that she's not awesome at this. That's not a dig. It's no disrespect. I just don't, when she talks, there's just moments where I feel like she's rambling and she's not getting to her point. Do you know what I mean? A lot of us do that in real life, don't we? So... But I love her. I think she's bringing it every time she steps in the ring. So I can't argue with any of that. And she's like 4'3" or something, but she's like a little spitfire, right? I like her as Champ. Do I love her as Champ? Ask me that on her second title reign. Maybe I'll love it then. I don't know that I've loved it so far. A lot of it's the booking. Some of it is her presentation. But that's one guy's opinion. That's just me talking. Do you know what I mean? Just me talking. I do think she retains this here, and I think that we're eventually going to see. We may see Mercedes back at this show. I wouldn't be surprised if Mercedes came back at this show. She's ready, from what I understand. But yeah, we'll see. But again, I'm looking forward to this. I love when the women get the time of day, more than the time of day. They need their spotlight, kids. When they don't get it, especially on big shows, I'm not a happy guy. Speaking of women getting their shot, Athena versus Mina Shirakawa, Women's Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal. So, a couple thoughts on this. I think Athena's winning. Athena with that belt, the RH Women's World Championship. This was a great angle when it started. This thing has outlived its. I think the shelf life has come and gone. The bloom has fallen off the rose, so to speak. For me, anyway. Don't know about you. I think Athena's awesome. Athena's so good. I think Athena should be on AEW's main roster. No more Ring of Honor. And I think she needs to drop that belt. You know, all this talk about Billy Sparks and everything, I've not enjoyed that storyline. I've not been here for it. It was fine in the very beginning. It's over now. It's played out. It is so rehashed and so played out. And, you know, this whole thing that heels do, I'm the best, I'm the forever champion, nobody can beat me. You get help every time you wrestle, just about. There's a distraction. There's something. What are we talking about? Like it works for Flair till it doesn't work for Flair. Do you know what I mean? At some point, there's got to be I'm winning matches on my own. It needs to be, I think, a balance, don't you? Like, look at House of Torture in New Japan. What's one of the major complaints? That every single match is outside interference. You know? Hardly none of those guys are winning matches straight up. It happens occasionally, but not all the time. 99% of the time, they're not. I know it's a weird thing to complain about because she's heel and we're supposed to be irritated at heels and be frustrated, which I am irritated and frustrated, but I tend to stay that way. So yeah, it's going to be a good match. I love Mina. I don't know that Mina's winning here, but maybe she will. Right? I'm picking Athena though. See, I picked a heel. I'm capable of picking heels. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good match though. But again, I think it's time to drop that belt. It's time to see this. It's time to see her on AEW's main roster. Okay. We talked about Will Ospreay earlier. He's in the Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal for the men against Samoa Joe. They tried to create heat here where there's never really been any heat. This, you know, it seemed like Joe out of the blue all of a sudden popped up a few weeks ago talking about he was inviting him into the ops. I'm like, what? It felt out of place to me. Maybe it's not out of place. To me, it felt like it was just kind of random. You know what it felt like? We're going to have these two guys work each other in the Owen, and we need to create heat. That's what it felt like to me. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? They're going to have a banger. Will's going to look great. Will should win this match. Again, babyface. Jesus, what am I doing? But I do think he's going over. The thing with Will and the Death Riders has looked a certain kind of way. And at any given moment, it's odd, it's bizarre. Has it went on long enough where you're accepting it? You tell me. I'd love to know what you think. Because for me, there's moments when it makes sense. There's other moments when it does not. In Mox we trust. I get it. I said it. I stick by it. Is it going to play out? Is it in the end going to all come together? I hope so. Look, Will should be the next top guy. I've made that pretty clear. And I know that's tough to say sometimes. You got Omega's right there. Mox is right there. Darby and Orange are right there. You know, Swerve is right there. Look at all the guys I just named, dude. But I think Ospreay is the guy. He's the next guy. I think he wins at Wembley. I don't know what else. They've already got him on the promo graphics. He's all over it. He's made his intentions clear on this past Dynamite that he's going to challenge for the AEW World Championship. I do think he's going to win from MJF. So, I mean, he needs this. He's going to win this, I think. And he needs this win. You know. But it's AEW, baby. They've done weird and wonky stuff over the past 6 years. So, yeah. No disrespect. Just you guys know I'm right, don't you? You guys know I'm right. Bandito versus Swerve Strickland, another men's Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal match. Swerve is back. I made it pretty clear, I think, on the last episode. There's things that I can't say. I have been sworn to secrecy about the Swerve situation. Things that you guys saw online where he made a really cryptic tweet about how, people should be asking themselves why Swerve has not been seen on TV. The tweet was pulled down, and then he came back and made this big to-do about how they're keeping him off TV because he's going to hurt somebody. There's more to that story than there may seem, and everybody believes they've got it figured out. Most people don't. But I'm going to leave it at that because, again, I've not you asked me to keep it secret. As long as that secret's not going to hurt anybody, I'm probably going to keep it. Not probably. I am going to keep it. So, yeah, there's more here than meets the eye. But just focusing on the match itself, Bandito is a freak. Okay? So Swerve. But this is going to be great. Again, we talk about, I say the word steal the show all the time. It's an old cliche. I've used it for a long time. As a pro wrestling fan, as a pro wrestling commentator, as a pro wrestling writer, I've used it for years. Steal the show. This one may do it. Swerve is 5-star, baby, all the time. Bandito is an ace. He's just so good. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a good show, man. Have I not made that clear yet? It's going to be a really good show, dude. You should be excited because I am. I'm freaking excited for this, man. It's going to be a great card. One more match. And by the way, Swerve, I believe, is going over here. So, Mox versus Kyle O'Reilly, AEW Continental Championship. No time limit on this one. Every time these two guys work each other, it's a great match. It's must-see TV. This will be no different, okay? This will be no different. So, I believe that Mox is going over. See, I can pick heels. But, yeah, I mean, do I know that's going to happen? I don't know that's going to happen, but, again, I tell you that, like, at this point in time, he's come back around. Death Riders have come back around. They're hot, right? And, I don't think I see Mox losing this. Speaking of Mick Foley, we said that we're going to come back around to it. He's going to be involved in Double or Nothing. I am interested to. I'm having a hard time understanding why this hasn't been promoted more by the company. I'm not sure I understand what exactly the goal is here. If it's just to pop some buys, if it's just to pop a little bit of attention and speculation and media buzz. You're pushing this. Foley's going to push this to his audience as well, to his followers, in the hopes of getting people to watch. I get all that. This is a way bigger story, I think, than people are giving it credit for. And it's a way bigger story than what AEW is letting on. I'm unsure of the tactics here. But there's been moments with social media and the way they promote things that I've been critical of in the past. Things that I see from someone who's worked in social media, graphics and videos, but to the deeper root of the issue here is that just the way that, you barely announced it on TV. When Joe came back, they just said, by the way, Joe's back, here he is. Hey, no vignettes, no teasers, no in 3 weeks, the return, nothing. Here he is, it's Joe, he's back. They're guilty of this. They've been doing it for years. I don't get it. I don't understand. When it happens, I'm scratching my head. I'm doing this thing right now. I'm scratching my head with Mick Foley. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's going to be good to see him again. Foley's well-spoken. He'll be ready. Anyone on this card that maybe perhaps he wasn't familiar with before, he'll know now. He'll be ready. Foley's intelligent. He's a really smart guy. He's a fan himself. He brings so much to the table. Foley's going to be well-spoken. He's going to be smart. He's going to be funny. That's the Mick Foley we expect. I firmly believe that's the Mick Foley we're going to get. Anxious to see him. Love Foley. I think he's an asset. You can afford him, and he wants to be part of your company. And I don't know that he wants to be doing anything full-time anymore. I suspect maybe he doesn't, but who knows? Sign him. Give him what he wants because he's an asset. He's a guy you can put on the convention circuit next to your logo at the table. He's a guy you can use in promotional materials and commercials and, local sponsorships and whatever that looks like. I mean, he's your guy, man. Put his face right up there next to Mox and Ospreay and Omega and the Bucks, and you got something, right? I'm excited for this, man. I truly am excited for this. There is your Double or Nothing card, kids. Be sure you check this show out. It's going to be really awesome. We say that about a lot of AEW pay-per-views, but look, they deliver, man. They deliver all the time. Even on shows where you may be sitting back thinking, I don't know about this one. There's a couple good matches. Then you come away going, God, that's the best show ever. We all do it. We've all done it, haven't we? This show is going to be no different. And there's a lot more here than just a couple good matches. There's some quality matches in this show, man. The matchups themselves going to be great. Again, Okada and Takeshita. Stadium Stampede. Shut up. I'm here for it. Who's been checking out New Japan's Best of the Super Juniors? Buddy, you're missing a fun little tournament, man. I miss Ninja Mac. I think he was awesome last year doing the flip out of the ring. Plus, he's a good little worker. But I miss him being in it this year. But they've got a couple new faces in here this year. And everybody's looking good, man. Here's where we stand right now for Block A. Teton is on top of Block A. As we speak, Teton is on top of Block A with 10 points. Nick Wayne, they call him Nick Wayne, by the way, with 6 points. Also with 6 points, Ryosuke Taguchi, Jun Kasai, Master Wado. Let me say something about these three gentlemen right here. Taguchi, they're giving him a nice little spotlight. They're reminding you of just how good this guy is and has been in years past. I don't, can I be straight with you? When I see Taguchi's on the card, I usually skip the match. No disrespect. It's just, for lack of a better term, it's weird butt stuff. And the crowd pops, and it's funny, I guess, to a point. But it's at some level, I'm like, I just don't care about this. It's not doing anything for me. I can take comedy to a degree. But every single match is just too much. It's like House of Torture. The cheating every single match, it's too much. I skip it. I skip Ren Narita's matches now. It's crazy. He's the future of the company. At least that's what I've always believed. I skip his match. I just can't take it. Show. I skip his matches now. I just can't do it. I don't know. It's just me talking, I guess, but it's just too much sometimes. But Taguchi, they're shining him up, man. Again, they're giving him some nice little moments. They let him win matches that, we didn't know. Oh my God, was this going to happen? So yeah, I'm happy for the guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't complain too much about it. Jun Kasai, not my cup of tea full time. I'm not a blood and guts kind of fan full time. I can take it in moderation. I'm glad that they're booking him in some matches here and there where he's not doing those things. He and Robbie Eagles had a really, really good match, by the way. Really entertaining. I was here for it. So I'm cool. I'm cool that he's in it. By the way, New Japan, when they run these shows, they're not always in front of a ton of people. Sometimes they run smaller venues. Jun Kasai's got the pop of the night just about every time they go on this tournament, on this tour. I mean, the crowd loves him. They chant when he chants, they chant. You can't complain with the reaction. Despite what you may think of somebody, male or female, when you hear that crowd, that's it. Give in. Your point doesn't matter. It's how I feel, man. Your point doesn't matter. When you hear the crowd, if you're a true pro wrestling, I know that sounds snobbish. If you're a fan of this stuff, once you hear the crowd and they love it, your point no longer matters. If you hate it, you can still hate it, but it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It can work in reverse as well, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, I won't soapbox. But anyway, I can't complain with the results with Kasai because, again, the crowd loves him. Master Wado had a banger with Kosei Fujita. I'm telling everybody I know about this. It was such a good match. Go out of your way. It's from the May 20th show. Go out of your way to watch that match. Wado has never looked better. Dude, Wado has fell into that trap of, hey, I'm Master Wado, and I got this pose I do up on the corner, and I got a gimmick, and I do, like, martial arts. And he hangs out with Yano, and I love me some Yano. He hangs out You know, I just he hangs out with Hanma and everything, and he's in these multi-man tag team matches, and nothing feels like there's any stakes with him. It doesn't feel like he's got any ambition. I'm talking about the character. It feels like there's no ambition, there's no forward momentum, there's no I want this, I want more, I want a belt, you know. Buddy, it didn't feel like that here. He and Fujita tore it up. I can't say enough good. I'm telling you, man, I can't say enough good things about it. Please go out of your way to go watch it. Francesco Akira, Robbie X, and Kosei Fujita, the aforementioned Kosei Fujita, 4 points each. Akira's looked really good. I'm not sold on Akira. I think the kid's missing something. I don't know what it is. I'm not an expert on that, on here's what he should do. I don't like to do that stuff. I've done it before. I'm not a fan of doing it now. Akira's in a great spot with United Empire. Can we be honest? Great spot. He's allowed to be great or still get on his way to being great, whatever that looks like. So he's got plenty of time. Robbie X has won me over. I was never really on Robbie X's. I never really got it until this past several months. I get it now. The guy's really good. And you know what else? Crowd loves him. Again, Tom can be wrong. Tom's wrong all the time. When Tom hears the crowd, Tom begins to say, okay, you know what? I'll give in. Because that's all that matters. There's this notion out there that what pro wrestling writers and pro wrestling podcasters say carries a lot of weight. I want people to enjoy my shows, but am I saying you should believe me above all else? And by the way, don't believe your ears when you watch pro wrestling. That's nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. That's never been me, dude. So yeah, Robbie X has got me. Kosei Fujita's a pro. Kosei Fujita's effing great. He's such a put together guy. I mean, he's automatic, dude. I swear to God, you just hit the go button, that dude's on. He's on. I've never seen a bad Fujita match. That's the truth. Valente Jr., 2 points down near the bottom here, and Daki Nagai at 0. Kind of shocking that happened. Daki Nagai is great also. You talk about a guy who's learning. I still hate that he got the haircut. I thought he looked great. I know it's a weird thing to complain about. I love me some Nagai, dude. He's awesome. Truly awesome. Valente Jr., I'm glad he's okay. There was that match we thought he really effed up his leg, but it looks like he's on the rebound here, so that's good. But this thing is coming out quick, man. Who's going to be in the finals and everything, so we'll get there. Block B at the top is Sho with 6. Daisuke Sasaki with 6. Yo with 6. Yo being that high is kind of cool. He's coming out with that new gear. It says Playboy on it. Yo's won me over as well. I didn't understand what the F was happening with Yo. I hated that old song. Thank God they changed his music. He quit using the tag team music him and Sho used. It's taken a while for Yo to grow on me. He's grown on me now. I love it. I love that he's different. Do you know what I mean? I love that when you see Yo, depending on who else is on the card, he's probably going to be the guy that stands out. You'll be talking about him later. Not because he's Takeshita, he's Ospreay. No, but his gimmick, the way he carries himself, the way he walks, the way his facials. To some degree, I feel like he's still kind of working on who he is and still finding himself. But, you know, look, you either stick with a gimmick long enough that it gets over, or you eventually have to repackage because it just fell on its face. I think he's the former, honestly. And I'm here for it. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And by the way, Suzuki, I don't want to get past this kid. I saw him on that MLP show. And was it NPW, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, whatever they're calling it, however they're calling it. I'm not really familiar. I wasn't really familiar with too much with that guy until I saw him there. He's winning me over as well. I enjoy his work. Do I like a lot of the kind of stuff that he does? I can take or leave it. But again, can't argue with the results. New Japan's booking this kid. Again, he's at the top with 6 points. You know what I mean? So again, Tom can feel a certain kind of way. You get it. But I've enjoyed. I like his look. I think he's got a different look than anybody in the tournament, which I appreciate. You know. Back to Kanemaru though. Kanemaru is 4 points. Kanemaru's solid. If you're looking for a lot of charisma, you're not going to get it. If you're looking for flash, pomp, and circumstance, you're definitely not going to get it. Kanemaru is just a solid little worker. He always has been. I thought Kanemaru hit his stride with Suzuki-gun. I think he completely fit into that faction. I think that's where he looked the best that he's looked so far. I don't like him with House of Torture. I guess it makes sense that he's there. I guess it fits to a certain degree. I just don't like it. And it's not one of those things where I'm like, I believe that he's meant for bigger. I think he's got his pocket and he stays in his pocket, and that's where they want him. I think that's where he's effective. Do you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. And I like Connemara. I truly do like him. The Jack Daniels thing gets old after a while, but it's his gimmick. I'm telling you, man, when guys in Japan have a gimmick, they stick with it, buddy. It's rare that they'll switch it up sometimes, but rarely. You know what I mean? Once they've got it, they got it, and that's their thing. So be happy with what you got, because that's what you're doing. Kushida has surprised me. There are moments when I watch Kushida when I wonder what's left. Not because he can't go. He can still go. Don't get me wrong. But there's moments when I'm like, I've kind of seen Kushida's stuff. I've seen that orange vest and blue shirt for years. What else is happening? Is there anything else? Is it ever going to... But, buddy, his style really surprised me in this tournament. They've only got him at 2 points overall. It is what it is. But I've enjoyed him in the tournament, man. I thought he's looked pretty good. I like the taking off the shoes and the socks and everything, doing something a little bit different, changing it up, you know. He owes different 2 points here. And, he's different kind of cat, man. But here's something else I'll tell you. Similar to Yo, who are you going to remember off the show that night? Do you know what I mean? Who are you going to remember? Probably him. Could I take a lot of that gimmick full time? I guess it depends on what it is they got him doing. He's very entertaining. The crowd is into it. That's what they love. And, the androgynous stuff has always worked in pro wrestling. I've never not been a fan of that. All the way back to exotic Adrian Street. Rest in peace, Adrian Street. A true, true pioneer of that. And a guy, in my opinion, did it better than anybody. And I love Dustin. I do. I don't know, man. I go back to Adrian Street in my mind right now, and I'm just thinking, what a great talent that guy was, and making people uncomfortable, making them squirm when he came out with Miss Linda, dude, it's good stuff. I mean, look, let's be honest. Without him, there's no Hio here. There's just not. It's just great stuff, man. So yeah, I enjoyed him in the tournament so far. Yeah. Taiji Ishimori, always great. Always got one of the best bodies on the card. That dude's always in shape. Solid worker. He has some good matches here for sure. Robbie Eagles, 2 points, by the way, for Rob. And he is, I love his look. I love the facial hair he has going on and everything now. Robbie's just got confidence, man. When you see Robbie Eagles perform, he's just confident. He knows where he's going to be. He knows what he wants to do, and he does it. Do you know what I mean? There's no hesitation. He's just so good. It's kind of like he's just automatic. That's what he is to me. You press a button, he's there. He's going. Like Fujita, honestly. So yeah, I appreciate Eagles, man, and I like him with TMDK. I think it's a great fit. El Desperado's at 4 points. Jacob Austin Young is at 2 points. Let me say that about JY. Another guy who I believe, if there's two guys in United Empire that I don't believe have found their way yet, it's Jacob Austin Young and Francesco Akira. They still got time. But Jacob Austin Young, I'm not sure if I know why. And we're talking about character kids, not the guy. Okay, let's make it clear. I'm not sure why I'm supposed to care about this. They haven't really given me a reason other than he's part of United Empire and he wears black and green. I need a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? And maybe I'll get there. I can't speak for you guys. I'd love to know what you think. El Desperado here also, kids. Last guy at 4 points. There's been this weird thing to start sleeping on El Desperado and to make comments like, it's it's over and they need to move on. I'm like, we're talking about El Desperado. He can still go. I mean, a year ago, he was having this thing with Mox and other guys, and it's all we could talk about. Like, what do you mean? It's what? No, it's not. People are wild, man. I don't get it. I don't know that I went to any sort of big comment about Nick Wayne or Teton. Teton is awesome. I thoroughly enjoy this guy's work. I always love his gear. You know what I mean? I think he's a solid performer. There's a reason why he's at top of Block A with 10 points. Nick Wayne, of course, from AEW at 6 points. Nick is really coming into his own, isn't he? He's had a really, really good tournament so far. I didn't go back to those two guys. I think I went off on Taguchi. But yeah, there's your best of Super Juniors. I don't know where we will be by the time you listen to this, but I've thoroughly enjoyed watching this show, and I'm pretty proud of myself that I've kept up with the BOSJ this year so far. At any given time, man, I'm so extraordinarily busy, and I'm in the States, of course, so it's like when they run live shows, it's like 3 in the morning for me, and I ain't staying up till 3 in the morning. If I'm up till 3 in the morning, it's because for some reason I can't sleep that night. I'm just up working on something or watching TV, right? But for me to stay up that late, yeah, it ruins me. I got to have some sort of rest, even if it's only a few hours. But there's your best of Super Juniors, kids. What do you think? Are you enjoying that tournament? Are you looking forward to Double or Nothing? I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. I miss hanging out with you. I miss going live. My tech has not yet been squared away behind the scenes. It creates a level of anxiety I can't even describe to you. But these things happen, man. When you live in a world where you're plugged in all the time and you depend on your tech for your living, you depend on your tech to do your shows and to promote your shows, and most of your friends are online in other countries and other states, and that's a thing. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's all good, man. Me and my little laptop here, we're doing it. We're getting it done. We're a little duo that could. So yeah, there's some other great metaphors I could throw at you, but I'm tired. Well, I can't say I'm very tired. I've been kind of feeling over the past 24 hours. Something's happening in my throat, which I'm not happy about, but we'll see. I want to spend a few minutes here at the end just to kind of hang out with you guys, and there's a reason why I push hardcore on the shows in the beginning, because if you made it this far and you're listening on YouTube or you're listening just the regular audio podcast platforms, then you probably came here for the topic line, or hopefully you're a regular listener. If so, I appreciate you very much. Sometimes you don't know who's paying attention, and sometimes I'll randomly get messages from folks saying very nice things to me. So as always, I appreciate it very much, and I enjoy doing this, and I'm looking forward to coming back live. We are going to come back live, everybody. It took me a long time to get here, but to say this, but we're going to come back live. Hopefully I've made that clear. I wanted to talk about a brand new show I'm thoroughly excited about. We just dropped the series preview, actually 24 hours ago, I think it was. Yes, Double Meat Palace, a Buffy podcast. This is good stuff, man. If you are a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not just the TV show, but the movie, because the series preview is the crew talking about the movie. So if you're a fan, you're going to enjoy that episode. And each and every week, the crew are going to go into the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. And I think it's very much worth your time. Can I just be completely transparent with you right now? And this is just me being honest. I've never gotten into Buffy. I can't say I'm not a fan because I never got into it. I know that sounds weird because a lot of dudes love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's really got nothing to do with female stuff. It's just, just the whole geek culture of vampires and hip and cool. And for a lot of guys, it came along at the right time. I guess it came along at the right time for me as well in terms of age. But again, I just never got into it. I may change that now. Let's talk a little bit about the crew here. We've got Christopher Ray Patton, who you know from Bachman's Basement and the Patton Report. And the Patton Report's coming back, kids. We made it pretty clear a couple months back that he's taking a hiatus and he's repackaging the show, putting it in another form. Very much looking forward to getting that thing back on track. But in the meantime, you're going to get this show. So he will be your primary MC, I would say, but it is going to be a group effort because he also has Christopher Clausen with him, who you also know from Bachman's Basement. Those two guys do a bang-up job on that show. And this time they're joined by Christopher Clausen's wife, Cassandra Clausen. So it's going to be a nice little trio. You're going to get a female perspective which we always appreciate getting here at Boink Studios. And I'd love to do a show with a woman at some point. I'd love to hook that up because it's always good to get other perspectives. Can you listen to a show with three white guys on it? Sure. And you know what? Could be your favorite show. A lot of us hope you find us entertaining. I'm one of them. Hi, I'm white. But buddy, if I can listen to and or watch a show that's got a mix of backgrounds, of cultures, of opinions, not that a bunch of white dudes can't have different opinions, because they absolutely can. But I'm always here for a mix. I'm always here for Casey and the Sunshine Band. Sly and the Family Stone. You know what I mean, right? I'm Prince and the Revolution. That's what I'm here for. Because I love the prospect of differing opinions. Again, different backgrounds, different ideas, different thoughts, different perspectives. It's important. So I think you're going to get that. I know you'll get that on Double Meat Palace. So again, if you're a Buffy fan, new episodes every Thursday. And it's taking the Patton Report slot. So, until the Patton Report comes back, that's what it is. So, I think you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. The guys are working hard on this, and the girl. They're all three working hard on this show. And I believe this is Cassandra's first podcast, I believe. So show her some love, show some support. We do have a Buy Me a Coffee set up if you'd like to do that. You can find links on our socials. You can give me a follow if you're so inclined. Tom Clark Pods on Facebook. I think that's my handle everywhere at this point. Tom Clark PODS. And of course, please give us a follow at Boink Studios. Check us out on YouTube. Again, as we said before, content all the way back to 2014. No paywall, nothing like that. Go enjoy some podcasts, man. You can get not just pro wrestling, but geek culture. You can get comic book stuff. You can get sports. You can get Stephen King novels. You can get video games, TV, streamers, miniseries, you name it. Music, plenty of music stuff happening on the channel. So yeah, we're growing, man. We've had a really good year this year introducing these shows. Ray Sports and Slams was introduced this year. Botman's Basement, the Patton Report. We've had a really good year. Now another show here. Actually, those were introduced last year. Ooh, I take it back. Time flies, baby. What can I tell you? Time absolutely flies. So yeah, we've there's another new show in the works. We're talking about it right now, and I won't let the cat out of the bag today. But buddy, if we move forward with it, it's going to be great. I actually really want to do the show. It's just a matter about finding the time. That's what it is. That's what it is. Well, kids, we're going to wrap it up and take it home. We hope you've enjoyed this show. Thank you so much for following us on all the socials. Thank you for checking out boinkstudios.com, for following us on YouTube. It means a lot to me, kids, to still have your support. There's going to be a time when maybe I come out and get a little honest about physically what I've gone through in the past few months. There's been things that have kept me from doing some of the things that I love to do. And I'm getting back on my feet as we speak. And I'm pretty happy about that. It's been a road. But, lots of people out there have it way worse than I do. And they're way more challenging situations than I have right now. 100% they do. Okay. But sometimes all you know is your limited worldview of what you're going through at the time. So I've tried to be like a baby about it, but it's been a struggle. But again, I'm on the rebound. And I appreciate any support you guys have given us over the years. I greatly appreciate it. I love doing this. Podcasting is a passion for me. I hope it shows the commitment to not just the shows, but the graphics and the music and the presentation. And, we just want to do it the right way. We don't want to waste your time. I don't want to do that. If all we did was showed a guy on a couch just, ranting, you could do that at home, can't you? Why would you want to hear me do it? Why would you want to see me do it? I want to give you something more. So hopefully you feel that we are, and hopefully you're enjoying it. But again, thanks as always, kids. Be sure you check out Double or Nothing. Watch some pro wrestling this weekend. Go support your local pro wrestling promotions. I think it's important. And as always, kids, continue to be good to each other. And we'll get through all this together. Just keep your chin up, all right? And that's all for us. We'll be back next week. I think I'll let 2 weeks go in between these 416 and 417. So I'm going to try not to let that happen again. So my apologies. we're going to try to maintain a weekly schedule here if we can. So thanks as always for hanging out, folks. We do appreciate it. We're going to get out of here, and we'll see you next time, kids.
Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event.